Hi there. So there is this macronutrient called protein that I think everyone knows about it. And in today's video I would like to share with you, in my opinion, what are the best sources, but stay till the end because there are a few uncommon ones. So let's begin. I will divide these protein sources in two categories: fast digesting and slow digesting proteins. Alright, so the first source, if you follow me for a period, you know it already. They are my favorite: eggs. They are a great source of fast absorbing protein, but also a great source of fats, vitamins and minerals. For many of us they are easy to digest, they are cheap also, and you can eat, like I said in one of my Instagram posts, you can eat 4 a day, 5 a day. It doesn't matter. What it matters is the entire day fat content intake. So be aware of that, but don't be scared of eggs. If I will ever go on a lonely island and I have to choose one food that will be delivered to me every single day, those will be eggs. That's how much I love them, and that's how confident I am that are not so dangerous to your health. Actually, they are not dangerous at all if you are careful to your fat content intake on the entire day. I don't know where this myth came from, but nobody is aware of the fat content that's, let's say, in some kind of meats or in some fries or in other sweets or patisserie things, pizza, whatever, but everyone is scared of eggs. I don't know where this came from, but I want to share with you and to share to as many people as I can, and to inform you that eggs are actually very healthy for your body. And I've been eating 4 eggs every single day for years. I had no problem, and as far as I know, I'm very healthy. So keep that in mind and include eggs in your diet because they are a very good source of protein. Alright, moving on to the slow digesting protein source, one of my favorite, if not the favorite, that I use every single day is skyr yogurt. Besides the fact that it's a very creamy and delicious yogurt, it also delivers a very high content of protein, and it has usually zero fat. It's cheap and it's a very good source of casein protein. I eat it on my last meal of the day, and it has that slow digesting protein that stays in my stomach for the entire night. The other more common alternative to the skyr yogurt is Greek yogurt. That's also a very good source of protein, but it has a little bit more fat. They are both very good. Choose what's your favorite and what you like. Alright, switch it back to the fast digesting protein. Moving on to the second fast digesting protein source, and is the most common used protein source in the fitness world. I think you know it already: chicken breast. It's a lean source with high protein content and low fat content, and it's very accessible. You can find it everywhere. You can cook it in many different forms and ways, so I don't think it needs any more information. You know it already. Let's move on to the slow digesting protein. Back to the slow digesting protein. Another favorite cheap and good protein source for me is pork chop. What I usually do, I go to a butcher and I ask him to grind it up, and when I cook it, I put it into the pan without any oil. I let it cook, and after that I remove all the fat and all the water that it remains into the pan. Again, like the eggs, there are many people that are afraid of pork. Yes, this one is justified because there are many pork protein sources that are very high in fat, like bacon for example, and they are not very healthy. But the pork chop is very lean, and like I said, if you grind it up and you cook it without any oil and you remove after that fat that remains into the pan, it's a great alternative to chicken breast or fish, or if you like other pork protein sources, switch them with this pork chop. I'm curious to know if you will try this one, but I guess it will be better if I will show you how I prepare it. So let's buy some. Alright, let's go buy some pork chop. Alright, this is the final product. It has some water and fat, like I said. So you can remove this one into the sink and you're left with only meat. So that's another good tip, try it. The third fast digesting protein source, fish, is a high quality protein that has not only high amount of protein, but it's also a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which we know they are very healthy, that raise that HDL cholesterol levels and lower those LDL cholesterol levels. And we know the HDL, good cholesterol, LDL, bad cholesterol, they fight each other, and we need to sustain this HDL cholesterol. There are many fish types that are used, like tuna, cod, salmon, shrimp, tilapia. There are a lot of sources, a lot of fish types. Like I said, they are very high in protein, and for those of you who don't want the other animal source protein like chicken or pork or beef, this is a great alternative. Fish, choose it. It's awesome. Alright, another slow digesting protein source that's very common. Also, it's cottage cheese. It has a lot of casein in it, and another alternative to the cottage cheese that I use in my breakfast, it's ricotta. It's not very common, but it's leaner than the other cheese. It has high protein content, around 12 grams per 100 gram, and only about 4 grams of fat. So it's a very good source. Alright, let's move on to another fast digesting protein. Alright, the fourth and final fast digesting protein, I think the most of us use it, whey protein. As we know already, whey protein, it's a very fast digesting protein. It's very used, it's very common because it's accessible, relatively cheap, and it offers a great amount of protein in just one scoop. Its most common use is after the workout, because then is when the body needs the most protein, after the workout. And it's also more convenient making a protein shake than eating a whole meal. What I need to emphasize at this point is to have a solid base with the previous protein sources, like I said before. But if you want to supplement your diet with a protein, whey protein, do it. Like I said, it's a great source. Alright, moving on to the last and final protein source. Moving on from whey protein to casein protein powder. You know it already, it's also exactly like the whey protein, a very convenient way to get your casein protein. If you don't like any yogurts, any cheese, any ricotta, it's a good alternative, and it's pretty cheap. You may find some offers. You can drink a casein protein shake with some milk as a late night snack, and it will keep you full for the entire night. Alright, so I will give you some bonus sources that are plant-based for those of you who don't want to eat anything from animal sources. There are many good sources, plant-based sources of protein like lentils, chickpeas, beans, but you need to be careful with these ones because you need to combine them with something like rice or cereals in order to have that complete protein with all the amino acids, so your body will be able to use them for your muscle growth. There is also soy, and there are many protein powders, plant-based protein powders that are very convenient for those of you who don't want anything from animal sources. Alright, so with that being said, that's it for this video. I hope you like my choices. I hope you will integrate some of them into your diet, and like I said before, you need to have a solid base, a food base, and afterwards you can integrate your protein powders and so on, your supplements. But have a base, and depending on your goal, maintain that meal plan for longer periods of time in order to see results. Okay, so until next time, eagles, fly above the clouds. See you. Bye. Hello there, everyone. Bye. And they combat as the late night snack. As a late night snack, as a late night snack, as a late night snack, as a late night snack,